What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. I saw an article where it looks like DeAndre Ayton is all but gone. The Phoenix Suns are not even going to attempt to match any offer that a team gives Ayton. So even though he's a restricted free agent, it looks like he's gone. And you can chop this up to the deterioration between the front office and DeAndre Ayton, him not feeling appreciated. But according to sources, it's also his relationship with the head coach, Monty Williams, and Chris Paul, or lack of a relationship, is part of it as well. So this leads me to this video, right? This is another situation where Chris Paul has a polarizing effect on some of his teammates. Some of his teammates love Chris Paul, and then some of them don't. Now, to Chris Paul's credit, usually the teammates that he doesn't get along with don't have a hard work ethic, okay? A lot of people don't like Chris Paul. You know, that's the image that, you know, some of the things you hear about Chris Paul is that he's a snitch, he's big at backroom dealings and being a politician and things of that nature. He's a bit of a kiss ass. You know, I've heard a lot of that shit, okay? Sure. But I think a lot of it is this too. Chris Paul is a very demanding and competitive person. A lot of players don't like playing against him on the court because they think he's dirty. You know, a dirty player. A little bit interesting to me because John Stockton gets kudos for that type of shit, right? John Stockton was a bit of a dirty player defensively, right? But he gets kudos for doing that, for being that. He's tough, you know. He's a tough competitor. Chris Paul, you know, got people that don't like him and shit, you know. Think he cries too much. He's a whiner and flopper and do a lot of dirty shit. To me, when you break it down, Chris Paul, and I know a lot of people are not going to like me saying this, because there's an oversimplification, but Chris Paul is basically Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant without the success. And by that I mean, sure, Kobe Bryant didn't have any friends. Kobe Bryant was a bit of an asshole. Kobe Bryant hated people. He didn't have any friends. Some of his teammates didn't like him. But it's all superseded by the fact that he won 5 NBA championships, 7 NBA Finals appearances. You get the picture. Michael Jordan was extraordinarily demanding. Michael Jordan was very hard on his teammates. Some of his teammates hated his guts. But hey, who cares about all that? Because his methods worked, because he won 6 NBA championships, a perfect 6 for 6, right? But Chris Paul, as successful individually as he's been, his methods haven't resulted in the same success. So you don't have that to point to. You don't have that championship to point to. He came within 2 wins of attaining that, but he failed. And what also hurts Chris Paul is that, generally speaking, throughout his playoff career, and up until this year, I've always kind of defended him a little bit. I said, well, I mean, some of this stuff ain't his fault, but no. At some level, you got to take some type of, he has to own up to this. In critical junctures in his playoff career, he's gotten hurt, which I guess isn't his fault. But there's this jinx about him. Either he gets hurt or he gets sick or he just falls apart as a player. And we've seen this the last couple of years. Against Dallas, the leader of this team, Chris Paul, becomes a no-show after looking tremendous in the first round, right? Last year, or 2021, in the finals, after a great first 2 games, I believe, he falls apart for 4 straight games as Milwaukee comes back and wins 4 straight games. So that's part of the Chris Paul legacy to me. Like I'm saying, like Chris Paul is basically those guys, Larry Bird and all that, without the rosy afterglow of a title. Because, hey, if you're winning, then nobody cares if you're an asshole. Everybody loves a winner. But if you don't have the championship to justify the behavior, then the behavior becomes the thing people look at. And then you just looked upon as just an asshole who never won. You know what I'm saying? Even Rick Barry, who was arguably the biggest asshole in NBA history, even he won a championship in an upset, by the way. Big upset. Even he won a title. I understand Chris Paul's a point guard and he's smaller and all that, but no, at the end of the day, Chris Paul has been part of a couple of teams that I think were capable of winning a championship. 2021, definitely. If this team had his head on right, maybe this Suns team this year, they were the best team all year in the regular season at least, and 2018 Rockets. So, tell me what you guys think, man.